All right, so as the title implies, this is going to be a description of using or valuing market profile concepts over any of the other confluences I'm currently using. Uh, volume, volume profile, cumulative delta, price structure, developing value area with volume weighted average price, this, that, and the other. So this is the start of the day, and I'm just going to hit play here, and I'll bring up some relevant items as they come up. So right off the bat, well, I'll go into that maybe another day. Real quick, let me hit pause. The general narrative of the day is going to be this is yesterday. This is the overnight activity. Overnight activity is clearly net short, and we are opening at a gap lower from the previous day. So the whole thesis behind today is, are we going to bridge the gap? So price is starting right here. Is price going to take out or have a correction from the overnight activity and take out the prior day low, which is right here? And typically you want to see that pretty early on, the market attempt to do that. Otherwise, if the market is going to be more short bias, then we are not going to get that overnight correction. So that's the play. We're monitoring to see if we're going to approach this level, and if we do, what happens from there. Another thing is this volume weighted or virgin point of control right here. We took that out pretty quick. We're already, where's the time? Yeah, whatever. 8:54. Okay, so I'm gonna go over to my more granular chart here. That's 3. Yeah, that's it. All right, so this is going to be that level that we're approaching, right? Already taken out the point of control. Now we're in B period. We took out that volume weighted point of, keep saying that, the virgin point of control. Let's monitor this. We're moving up, moving up. This is a low volume node right here. And essentially, I want to find out how price is going to approach prior day low to determine if we're going to get a mean reversion trade today, or if we're going to break out and we'll find new buyers through this level. But as we approach that level, you got to think there's going to be some people that are short down here in the overnight session that are covering, and that's going to be some of the push up here. And what I saw on the day, this is the main example, main thing I wanted to drive home today, was leaning more on market profile and the concepts behind that for my 75-80% of my trade decision, and then leaning on my additional confluences, cumulative delta, volume, structure, the volume weighted average price with the +1 and -2, or +1 and -1. It's really leaning on this for my trade decision, for my trade management, and letting these pieces be more of confluences. So what I'm seeing right here is like, okay, volume has gradually decreased throughout the session, and delta has moved up just as price has. So as we're approaching this level, you would actually want to see more volume. The fact that we are coming up on this leg up on lower volume, to me, tells me that leg is weak, right? So the probability right now that we're going to reject one of these levels is higher than if we were going to follow through, just because buyers have not shown up. Why would they show up just right here? Why would we wait for that level? So anyway, let's hit play. See this thing come out. All right, so we're one time framing. We're early in the session, but we are one time framing from on the market profile, and you don't necessarily want to short one time framing, right? So let me hit play here. We'll keep going. Okay, so prices more or less taking out the prior day low. Okay, now we've got 2 down candles. We've got price that, or Delta broke this trend up right here. We're not going to use that for a trade decision, but it's also not nothing, right? It's just something we notice. This is too aggressive for where I am right now in my my journey to take a short right here. I am aware that that's going to be the best risk reward location, but given me being in the tryout right now, I'm a little more conservative with my trades. And so what I would want to do is just wait for some additional confirmation. Confirmation that we're going short or we're not going higher would be the break of one time frame right here. So that's what I'm waiting for. We set up, great, we broke it. So now it would be just essentially trying to wait for a pullback to get short. And I'm taking any pullbacks. Great, this is my opportunity. This is what kept me out of the trade today. And just listen to how stupid this is. All right, we have broken one time framing. A period was fairly extended. That's just a kind of a tempo thing, just more of a feel discretionary. You know, we really, the concept that I'm going to drive home or that I'm going to lean on right here is that A period, one, we swapped around the open, so we came down and then back up. On trend days, you typically pick a direction. Pick a direction and you never look back. Today, the fact that we swapped around, it's like, okay, there's less odds of a trend day. So that's one data point we have in our favor that we're gonna find resistance at some point. B period, the fact that it just really slowed down compared to A period, really slowed down and on lower volume that we can see here. Okay, that's another piece of data that we have that we're not going to be trending today. C period, we came up and we took out the prior day low, so we bridged the gap. Great. A lot of these shorts are going to be out of the way if they covered around here. I don't suspect all of them, but a lot of them are. So that gets them out of the way. They're not lurking in here to take profit. And then and that broke the one time framing here. So at that point, you're stocking shorts on your execution chart. And the things that I have going for me is like, okay, yeah, we've made a pretty significant statement with Delta going down. We rejected the prior day low. Okay, we're at this area right here that we kind of stalled at before. The thing that kept me out of the trade, I was just being too picky, was the fact that on this down leg, I wanted to see more volume. I mean, I'm not going to say that's petty, but it's just like, okay, you've got this confluence over here, which makes up about 80% of your trade decision. And then here you've got a pretty big move in Delta lower. And what kept me out of the trade was I wanted to see more volume right here. That's being too picky looking for trades. I could have traded with smaller size or what have you, but that is being a little too picky, and that is the purpose of this video. Don't let a good trade pass you by because you have one piece of confluence that you are putting too much weight on. Thanks.